The glitzy world of high-stakes divorce law has never looked more glamorous than it does in Ryan Murphy's latest television series, All's Fair. Starring Kim Kardashian as the sharp-tongued, impeccably dressed divorce attorney Allura Grant, the show follows a trio of powerhouse women running an all-female family law firm in Los Angeles. Alongside Naomi Watts and Niecy Nash, Kardashian's character navigates multimillion-dollar settlements, scandalous revelations and jaw-dropping courtroom tactics, all while sipping champagne on private jets and bidding on rare jewels at exclusive auctions. But how much of this dazzling portrayal reflects the actual life of a celebrity divorce attorney? To find out, two prominent figures in the world of family law sat down for an exclusive conversation. Laura Wasser, the veteran attorney who has represented Kardashian herself through multiple high-profile divorces, and Julia Rogers, the founder of a popular prenuptial agreement platform. Both women have spent decades immersed in the realities of divorce law, handling cases involving Hollywood A-listers, tech billionaires and international tycoons. And while they appreciate the entertainment value of the show, they're quick to point out where fiction diverges from fact. Wasser, who has been practicing for over 3 decades and manages her father's prestigious firm, emphasizes that television, especially when helmed by a visionary like Murphy and starring a global icon like Kardashian, should be taken with a hefty grain of salt. "This is entertainment," she says with a knowing smile. "We watch shows like this to escape, to be thrilled, to live vicariously through characters who seem larger than life. The goal isn't documentary accuracy, it's drama, suspense and visual spectacle." She acknowledges that her own career inspired elements of Allura Grant's character, a detail Kardashian has publicly shared. Yet Wasser is the first to admit that the day-to-day grind of family law bears little resemblance to the opulent lifestyle depicted on screen. One of the most striking discrepancies lies in the sheer wealth displayed by the firm's partners. In the series, Allura Liberty Ronson, played by Watts, and Emerald Green, Nash, are seasoned attorneys with 2 decades of experience, yet they travel by private jet, attend lavish galas and casually drop 6 figures on vintage jewelry. Wasser, who has guided clients like Angelina Jolie, Ryan Reynolds and Heidi Klum through their divorces, finds this portrayal amusingly far-fetched. "I've been doing this for more than 30 years, she says, "and I can assure you, I do not own a plane. I've never flown to New York just to bid on a necklace at Sotheby's. My firm provides me with one reliable car because I need it to get to court. That's the extent of the luxury." She elaborates that while top-tier divorce attorneys certainly earn comfortable livings, the kind of extravagant spending shown in All's Fair is more fantasy than reality. The money goes into the work, into research, expert witnesses, forensic accountants and long hours in negotiation, Wasser explains. "You're not blowing it on diamond earrings between depositions." Rogers echoes this sentiment, noting that the fashion alone is a Hollywood invention. The characters wear couture gowns with dramatic hoods and sky-high heels, outfits more suited to a red carpet than a courthouse. Family law attorneys are in courtrooms, mediation rooms and offices filled with documents, Rogers says. "We're not strutting around in veiled evening wear. But I'll give the costume designers credit, the clothes are stunning." Despite the embellishments, both attorneys agree that All's Fair captures some authentic elements of high-net-worth divorce cases. One recurring plot device involves the firm's aggressive discovery tactics, unearthing compromising photos, secret recordings, or financial discrepancies to gain leverage in settlements. In one episode, the team finds explicit images of a husband planning to leave his wife penniless. In another, they uncover audio of a spouse pressuring his partner into unwanted plastic surgery. Wasser admits these scenarios aren't entirely fictional. Extortion, or the threat of public embarrassment, plays a role more often than people realize, she says. When you're dealing with celebrities or ultra-wealthy individuals, reputation is currency. A single leaked photo or email can shift the entire negotiation. This dynamic is especially pronounced in California, where all divorce filings are public record. Anything you submit, pleadings, declarations, exhibits, becomes accessible through the court portal, Wasser explains. Even if something isn't admissible in trial, once it's filed, it's out there. That's why we're so careful about what we put in writing. The fear of cancellation or media scrutiny gives attorneys significant leverage, but it also raises ethical questions. Wasser isn't a fan of blackmail-style tactics, but she acknowledges their effectiveness. "It's frustrating," she admits. "You want a fair outcome based on law and equity, not fear. But in practice, these pressures shape settlements every day." Rogers, whose work focuses on prenuptial agreements, praises the show's depiction of prenups as a critical tool in modern relationships. One storyline follows a young wife who signed a prenup early in her marriage, only to challenge it years later after building a family. That's a real issue, Rogers says. Prenups signed under duress, without proper counsel, or when one party is significantly younger can be contested. The show dramatizes it, but the underlying legal principles are sound. She stresses that prenups aren't just for the ultra-rich. They protect both parties by clarifying expectations before emotions cloud judgment.